Building an N-gauge signal gantry from card. Is it possible? Hello and welcome to Hayridge Model Rail. I'm Alan, and in this video I am trying to build an N-gauge signal gantry from card. So far I've managed to do the design work, and in this video I'm going to show you how it was cut out and then starting to put it together. So I've been busy with the sections, and what I've managed to cut out freehand, because the Cricut machine, it just isn't fine enough to be able to do this. So what I've got is a platform. I've already made a start gluing together the upright, the post. That will be hollow so that it can take the cables for the signals. That is the final piece that will cover it, but I need to put the signal wires in before I can fit it, because I won't be able to thread them through as they have small ferrules on the end. Next are these two tiny little, what in essence are window frames, and they make up the sides of the signal head caging. I do have a few more things that need cutting out, which I will get round to, which is down this side here. This is, if you can see it, an attempt in the top right corner of cutting out part of the signal gantry, which I got a little bit too fine with and didn't work out. However, we have managed to cut out two sections from the signal gantry, which will go over a line and allow the signal head to drop down to the other side of the track, as long as my measurements are correct. The very fine piece, which I'll be honest, I didn't think I'd be able to manage to cut this out, but I am quite pleased with it. It's maybe not as fine as it should be, but it's a decent representation of the signal gantry. This will be the underside of the signal gantry, and then for the other side of the post I've got slightly smaller sections, again all cut out freehand, which will make up the other side. And yeah, I'm very happy with the way they've come out. I'm impressed that I managed to get this one first time. Certainly wasn't expecting that, so very pleased with that one. May have to make this platform slightly wider, but we'll find out once I've glued these sides together. Now the idea is, if you didn't watch the last video, that I'm going to use super glue to help reinforce the strength of the card. So now these are cut out, I'm going to add a little bit of super glue along all the edges just to strengthen and bond the card together, and then they'll be sprayed up, and then after that, well, I will probably actually bond them with super glue, fix them together, and then once they're all fixed, then I will spray them with a primer, just to seal it up completely and give it a nice base coat that I can then work on. So my next thing to do will be to try and cut out these two, or I can show you these two end sections, which will complete the bracing. So I'm going to try and get them cut out now, and hopefully you'll join me again with those two sections, and possibly some of these sections here added to this list. Well, the components that are ready. So hopefully you managed to see these sections, tiny sections being cut out. Now they aren't 100% equal, but I'm happy with how they've come out considering how small it is. So now I have all the pieces to be able to build up the actual gantry. See these two pieces here, they are for the signal head cage, which I'm going to come on to obviously later when I get round to it. But first thing to do will be to fix the two sides onto the bottom section, like so. Start forming the actual gantry. So that is the lattice work completed on the larger section. I just need to spot glue these. But that is that section pretty much complete now. Just have to be careful not to super glue my fingers to it. Let's give it a little test, see what we've got. I think that makes the structure pretty strong. I've got a small craft knife sitting quite happily on top of that structure, and that is just a U-channel. So that is, I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty good. So next thing will be to add the top walkway. Which will go in there, and an end piece. And I think for this, I'm going to need some tweezers. So there we have one side of the gantry all made up, and that will sit on top of this pillar like so. This side will span a track coming into the station or at the station platform, and have a signal head here, and then there will be another signal head this side underneath this section of gantry, and that is pretty solid. It's not an easy thing to cut out, you know. I think you could end up cutting it 2 or 3 times, but I think once you've got it right, the finish for N-gauge, I think that's come out pretty well. I'm happy with that. And you know, I've had some people comment saying that's going to be really tricky, and yeah, it is. But the satisfaction when you get a piece like this right and it fits together, and you've got, okay, maybe a little bit chunky, but you've got detail. And yeah, no, I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm going to get the other side fitted. I'm going to get the other side glued and fixed. Yeah, once I've given it a solid foundation of super glue as well, I'll get that sprayed in primer, and we'll see how it's looking. You know, I may have to do some adjustments with this box section. I might have to make this slightly bigger just to accommodate all the wires, but we will see how we get on. But so far, so good. Very happy with it. So there we have the box section for the gantry. I'm still debating what to do for the handrails above. I might use some brass ladder, obviously glued sideways, to make a handrail above, and then it'll get all sprayed up. But for something that is not very big, made out of card, I'm very pleased. And this, I can't get it in shot really, that was a Christmas present which has multiple screws and screwdriver holder. It had the tweezers in as well, so it's a handy little piece of kit, and I would say it's not light, not heavy, but it's not light. I haven't tried this, so but that is taking that weight comfortably. So I think in terms of the strength of the structure, that's strong. So I'm pleased with that. I've obviously got to build in some strength where the post is going to go, so the post may have to be widened or it packed out at the top, but I'm very pleased with what I've got there. As long as I've got my measurements right and my spans are okay, I think that's going to look really smart on the layout once it's finished. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.